Everybody that's asking about it, the finest CoQ10 product in the world, and there's a lot of history here between the Andrew Lessman brand and CoQ10. Andrew, as we stand here in 2020, there are now 3,300 five-star reviews. What makes your CoQ10 so exceptional?
Well, again, it goes back to the science. CoQ10 is absolutely a superstar in terms of an ingredient. But like any superstar, when you see a major star in a movie, they're not all alone. They're co-stars. There's a director, there's a producer. You can't do things entirely on your own. In fact, the more important your job is, the more you need assistance in accomplishing it. So CoQ10, it's naive for other companies to use CoQ10, and likely not the best. But even if they use the best CoQ10, it's naive to think it can accomplish and deliver its benefits on its own, which now goes to the reason why I said, if Essential One is really the place to start if you're only going to take one capsule a day. It's the best place to start, but if you wanted to end there, that's the best place to start and end. If you're going to also maybe consider something else as one capsule a day, instead of Essential One, the only place I might consider would be CoQ10. And that's only if, say, some issue, say energy was really an important issue. And the reason I say that is our CoQ10 comes with high-potency vitamin C, separate, all mixed in, and high-potency B-complex, high-potency B12. So it's really like a mini multivitamin along with it. So that's the only reason I would say that. Ideally, if you want to have the perfect foundation of essential nutrients, because even though your body can make a little bit of CoQ10, once we're past the age of 30 or 35, as far as I'm concerned, we don't make enough, so that it really is important that we treat it like a vitamin. We need to supplement it because we don't have enough internally. So Essential One, max essential omega-3, make sure we get the vitamins, the minerals we need, the essential fats that we can't manufacture, and then the CoQ10, essential for all energy production, and also, unfortunately, something that our body struggles to make adequate levels of as we get older.
When we kind of hone in on that word, the energy word, because energy is what is, I mean, it's so key. You get out of bed and you don't have a lot of energy, or halfway through the day and the energy levels have kind of just started to drag. When you don't have the right energy, nothing feels as bright and cheery as it should do. CoQ10 is on my list. It's one of the ones that I take every single day. I don't think I could do this job without it. It's something that has had an impact. In fact, let's read just a couple reviews, 3,300 of them, of course. We just chose a few. This is from Lois in Florida, the best on the market. I've been taking CoQ10 along with Andrew's other vitamins and supplements since the beginning of time. I like the capsules, freshness of the product, special pricing on his visits, and integrity of his company. I am 67 and attribute my good health to taking this and his products since he started with HSN. The benefit for me is being healthy and not having to take any pharmaceutical medications. Thank you, Andrew, for helping me to stay healthy. Last one, definitely a winner for me. My doctor recommended CoQ10 because I have difficulty with higher dose statins. I chose the Lessman brand because of the quality and was happy to see it contains vitamin B12. After taking it for 2 weeks, I definitely have a higher level of energy. No more mid-late afternoon slumps in energy. I will definitely keep taking this product, and that's from Ginger in North Carolina. I get so many powerful words with regards to it.
And a couple of important points there. CoQ10 is not a stimulant. You can take CoQ10 before you go to sleep.
Right.
The way CoQ10 works is the most common sense way of supporting energy production. We have, 100 trillion cells in our body. Each of our cells contains these powerhouses that produce energy. Those little powerhouses are called mitochondria. Those mitochondria are responsible for producing all our energy production, and inside those mitochondria, CoQ10 is responsible for moving those electrons that is the energy that we experience. So CoQ10 is not a stimulant, it's not a drug, but it's the most common sense way to approach energy production because it goes to work in every cell in our body in the powerhouses of those cells. And then you mentioned statin drugs, which was a really common question. Statin drugs What little CoQ10 we can synthesize as we age, statin drugs inhibit, suppress that synthesis. So if you're taking a statin drug, you need to pay attention. You need to take a CoQ10 and talk to your cardiologist, talk to your doctor. It just goes without saying, or just do some good research out on the internet, and you'll see how important CoQ10 is. If you're taking statin drugs, if you're taking antidepressants, if you're taking drugs for osteoporosis, if you're taking drugs for hypertension, they affect the synthesis of CoQ10 in your body.
I always encourage, as you do, Andrew, people to do their research and do their homework, and I never say it lightly, but people